Elementary, and welcome to the Dragon News Network, New Crew Edition.
And this week is also Paraprofessional Appreciation Week here at Pine City Elementary.
Today is Thursday, January 25th.
The word of the week is idiom.
An idiom is a group of words that describe a situation in a unique way. Like, what's the way the ball bounces? Which means, that's just the way it is. Look for other examples of idioms throughout this episode.
Well, let's stop beating around the bush before Mr. Schuler gets bent out of shape.
Oh boy, what a way to start our first episode.
We have two stories that were recorded last quarter that were perfect for today. So, here are Charlie and Malia with the first story on the procedure for being in the auditorium during programs and concerts.
While we're on the topic of procedure, we would also like to remind you of what it means to be a respectful audience member when you are watching programs and concerts in the auditorium.
When you arrive, enter quietly and walk to your seat and sit down in your chair. Please keep your feet down on the floor, and once you are settled, please stay in your seat until you are dismissed. Also, be sure to keep your hands in your lap.
During the performance or program, be sure to only listen to what is happening. The performers are the only ones we should hear during the program. When the performance is complete, you can clap, but cheering like that at a game is not appropriate. Just clapping will tell the performers that they did a great job.
So please do not call out names or distract the students on stage. They have spent a lot of time rehearsing and making this performance happen for you.
The fourth grade program that we are seeing today is about the United States.
Fourth graders learn about different parts of their country in their homeroom, music room, and art classrooms all year long.
They learn the map of the states, which has all the states and capitals. They create pieces of art representing the different parts of the country in art class. They also learn how to play the xylophone while other students do a dance for the program.
The fourth grade program is performed every year in January.
So let's all use those Dragon Zone auditorium manners today when you watch the fourth grade program.
Up next is an interview with Mrs. Lundholm, and we are going to ask her some questions in preparation for February, which is I Love to Read Month.
Good morning, Ms. Lundholm, and thank you for joining us today.
Good morning, and thank you for inviting me.
We're going to start with a very basic question today. What is your favorite type of book?
Well, I like lots of different kinds of books. I like mystery, I like fantasy, I like reading a lot of the books that I buy for students at school so that I can help recommend them for students when they come into school.
Cool. What can you tell us about what you have planned for I Love to Read Month?
For I Love to Read Month, we're going to have mystery readers where they're going to read a little part of a book and students can guess who our mystery reader is. And we're going to have dress-up days on Fridays. Stay tuned for the Dragon News Network to find out more about those. And we're going to have goals that students can have to read. And then as they read, they'll turn in their goals to their teacher for a reward at the end of the I Love to Read Month.
Tell us about the special guest you have at the end of the month.
Our special guest author is David LaRochelle, and he's going to be mostly talking about his book, The Best Pet of All. He has also co-written books with Mike Wanutka, who was our illustrator from last year, the See the Ghost series, and Moo. He has been an author for 25 years, and he has won multiple awards for the books that he has written, and he is looking forward to visiting us. He has been here 2 other times before, and he's looking forward to reading with us again.
We want to thank you for joining us today. We look forward to all the fun things that will be happening in the Media Center for I Love to Read Month.
Thank you.
We are highlighting our paraprofessionals this week, and although it's hard to choose just one, Daphne approached the DNN with the story and already had a para in mind. We now bring you that segment with Daphne and Mrs. Swanson.
Hello everyone! Today in the studio we have the awesome Miss Heidi Swanson.
Hi everyone! I'm so excited to be here today.
Today we have a couple questions for you.
Awesome, I'm excited to hear them.
Awesome. My first question is, what part do you play at Pine City Elementary School?
I am a Title I paraprofessional, meaning I work with reading and math.
That's awesome. My second question is, how long have you been working at the Pine City Schools?
This is my 13th year at the school.
Wow, that's a long time. Okay, and my last question is, what is your favorite part about working here?
Let me think. Oh, I know. I really love the one-on-one interaction I get to have with most of our students doing interventions.
That's awesome. And that sounds amazing. Well, those are all the questions I have for you today, but thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you very much for having me. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Ring-a-ding-ding, I see no sign of spring. Every once in a while, I like to use phrases of whimsical nothingness, because sometimes that's how I break the ice when meeting new people.
Although your phrase did seem out of the blue, I was just a step aside. You could say, the ball is in your court.
And where else in this episode can we combine what's next in a basketball court? You guessed it, in the lunchroom.
It's time for the lunch menu.
You bet. And today we have
Mainline salad bar.
an alternate line, ham and cheese on a pretzel bun.
The pretzel bun got me thinking. When I watched last week's episode, I was thinking that we have big shoes to fill, and it's going to be a hard act to follow. But we are going to have to bite the bullet and get this show on the road and break a leg. Even though I think this is going to be a piece of cake, we will now carry on our wayward sons. Must be an idiom for the teachers. We will carry on with one more segment before we call it a day.
Okay, enough with the idioms. Some of the students, even the teachers, are crying crocodile tears from all that.
You know what I have to say to that? There is no reason to cry over spilled milk.
We now bring you to a very sophisticated moment.
With
The joke of the day.
What's the best place in a school to grow flowers? In a kindergarten.
As we near the end of the first week of the third quarter, we would like to send out a dragon roar to all students at Pine City Elementary.
This is for doing your best to give quarter two a strong finish. Way to go, everyone.
Here's that dragon roar for every single student at Pine City Elementary. This week's Above and Beyond award is going out to Tucker Archibald, a student in Mrs. Ryberg's kindergarten class.
Tucker is a true leader in a positive way. When his teacher had to step away from his table, Tucker led his group in continuing to read their words. Tucker is so eager to learn, and he is always participating in his learning. He is a role model to those around him. Here's a big dragon roar for Tucker Archibald. Great job, Tucker. Keep it up.
Well, considering what happened to Bowden every week, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
He's still putting idioms in the script.
Yep, and I'm sure he is just pulling our leg, but I think the joke has run its course.
One more. And on that note,